How's it, guys? Time for another video. Let's continue with our Modern Horizons 3 crack, shall we? Wonder what we'll get today. Retrofitted Transmogrant, 1 black. Artifact creature, zombie, 1/1. 3 and a black. Return retrofitted Transmogrant from your graveyard to the battlefield, tapped with 2+1/+1 counters on it. This is a great repeatable sack effect. It's also not bad for all those modified decks that we keep hearing about in Limited. The fact that it's a 1/1 also means it's returnable with stuff like Smiles of Death if you play that kind of card. Yeah, not a bad card. And it's a zombie, so typical zombie deck shenanigans. Evolution Witness, 2 and a green. It's a creature, Elf, Shaman, Mutant, 2/1. 1 and a green to adapt 2, which means put 2+1/+1 counters on it. Whenever one or more counters are put on, +1/+1 counters are put on Evolution Witness, return target permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. That's what I like to see. This is a great card because anything that lets you put things from your graveyard back to your hand to play again in limited formats is fantastic. There's so much removal, so much, annoying cards that get your bombs off the board, or, being able to play this with stuff like sack lands, fetch lands, etc., pretty good. Those cycling lands we saw, for example, if you need a land for the turn, get a +1 counter on this guy somehow, get that land back to hand, play it, voila. Area Auxiliary, 3 and a white. Creature, bird, soldier, 3/3 flying. When Area Auxiliary enters the battlefield, support 2, which means put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures. So this is Azorius Flyers or soldiers, not much more to say about it. Smelted Charge Bug, 1 and a red. Artifact creature, insect, 1/3. Menace. When Smelted Charge Bug enters the battlefield, get 2 energy. When Smelted Charge Bug attacks, you may pay energy. If you do, another target attacking creature gets +1/0 and gets menace until end of turn. This is nice in Rakdos Beatdown or aggro goblins, etc., mono red. The fact that it's 1/3 as well makes it decent as a blocker, but you probably want to be attacking with this thing. Tune the Narrative is a blue. Draw a card, get 2 energy. This is great for these energy decks because being able to just get 2 energy is a fantastic way to do it. If you've got copy effects, copying cards like this can get you to 8, 10 energy, whatever. Pretty good. And the fact that you're drawing a card so it replaces itself, decent card. This is the Jund Cycling Land. Shattered Landscape is the Mardu Cycling Land. So 2 cycling lands in a row. Bespoke Battle Wagon, 3 and a blue. Artifact Vehicle, 5/6. Tap, gain 2 energy. I love this. Tap, pay 2 energy, tap a creature. Tap, pay 3 energy, draw a card. Or pay 4 energy. Bespoke Battleground becomes an artifact creature until end of turn. This is, and it's got Crew Form. This is a great card in that energy deck. I mean, literally every turn, tapping for 2 energy. Where's the downside? This is a fantastic card. Undo Knotmaster, 2 white black. It's a core rogue creature, 2/2, lifelink. Whenever another modified creature you control dies, put 2 +1/+1 counters on Undo Knotmaster. That's fantastic on its own, but even better, comes with an adventure. Throw a line, white and black. Sorcery Adventure, distribute 2 +1/+1 counters among 1 or 2 creatures. So you could make a 1/1, a 3/3, for example, at sorcery speed on turn 2. This is another fantastic card. Comes in as a 2/2 lifelink. Let it sit around. Kill your modified creatures that have +1 counters from the sorcery that you used on turn 2, and then get into this, obviously, by turn 4. Block with those creatures. Get those, for each of those 2 creatures that you put +1/+1 counters on, you'll be getting 4, basically. So you'll get 2 for each of those, which gives you 4. So this becomes a 6/6 if you block with 2 creatures that have +1 counters on. Any deck that is producing 1/1s and putting counters on them, this goes hard. Depth Divider, 3 blue. Creature Eldrazi, 3/5. Devoid, which means it's colorless. You can kick it for a colorless. When you cast a spell, choose one. If it was kicked, you can choose both instead. Return target creature to its owner's hand. Target player draws 2 cards, then discards a card. So, another one of these loot effects. This is not a bad card, especially in Limited, where you want to be drawing and, you might have, too many, you might be flooding, you might be dying from thirst. In other words, no lands. This is a pretty decent card in that ramp Simic Eldrazi Limited archetype. Here we go. Leader Legion, 1 and a Boros, which means you could either pay red or white for it. It's an instant until end of turn. Target creatures, double target creatures power and against first strike. Oh my goodness. Is this not a great card? Doubling power is always fantastic. Look at Tifa in Final Fantasy. Playing cards like this to double power to Noah and your commander, fantastic. And the fact that it's red and white means it goes in Boros, or from the new rules, I believe it could even go in something that's like mono white. So pretty cool stuff. And of course, we get the back, which is Stronghold Legion. Stronghold Legion enters tapped, but it's a Boros Guildgate, basically. Decree of Justice, XX2 white white. Quite an expensive casting cost. Let's see what you do. Sorcery, create X4 for angels. That's pretty good. You can cycle it for 3. When you cycle Decree of Justice, you may pay X. If you do, create X 1/1 white soldiers. So, unfortunately, this is very expensive. I mean, to get 2/4 for angels, you're paying 2, 4, 6, 8 mana. So 8 mana for a bunch of 4/4s, I don't know. Bit expensive for my taste. Flare of Duplication. Woohoo! We got the second flare, boys. 1 red, instant. You may sacrifice a non-token red creature rather than pay this mana cost. Copy target instant or sorcery spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. Great. Copy effects, awesome. You know, is it Spell Slingers? Mono red with lightning bolts and things like that. Really, really cool. Again, think of the standard typical mono red goblin deck. You sack a goblin, double your lightning bolt, kill the person that turn. Fantastic. Then we get a nice full, speaking of goblins, nice full goblin Boros Recruit. Conduit Goblin, red and white, Boros. Creature, Goblin Warrior, it's a 2/2. When it enters the battlefield, you get 2 energy. Another one of these great energy sinks. The Jeskai energy precon from Modern Horizons 3, for example, could use energy like that. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may pay energy, so 1 energy. If you do, another target creature gets +1 and gains haste till end of turn. I love haste enablers. The fact that this is the beginning of combat, I would prefer it maybe a bit earlier than that. But I guess beginning of combat means you can play your creatures out of main phase 1 and then they get haste at that point in time. Not bad. And then we get an Advert for Arena. Complete waste of a card. Awesome.